The woods can be dense for our acts. The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Some people did not waste any time. Welcome. Doing a little bit of sharing here. Boop. 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 All right. Yeah, I'm pre-approved for a lot of these groups. It's pretty cool. And I'm doing the right thing. Let's talk about Zoom meetings a little bit before I get started. They're kind of out of control. A lot of, hey, Patricia, it's good to see you. Good to see you. And I feel like the Zoom meetings are they're out of control. And I think what we need to do is sit down with some serious thought and set them up so that we're all doing the same thing. That makes sense? Sawyer, I swear to God, if you don't leave that dog alone, I'm going to shut you in the bedroom by yourself. I'm being cranky today. That dog has never done anything to her. But, yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of power, control. It makes me wonder if people have actually read the traditions. So, yeah, there's that. All right. We're almost at 3-minute mark, so let's get to the topic. And the topic is, what do we mean by cleaning your own backyard? Welcome to Daily Trudge. The spooky Daily Trudge. Ooh, so spooky. If you're here, please say hello. Ooh, more spooky. All right. And there's that. Watch even your chats like that. Ooh. All right. So, now when we think about that, right, we tend to think, okay, I'm cleaning up my own backyard, 4, 5, 8, and 9, right? Those are the steps that we kind of use to clean up our backyard. Okay. Hi, Patricia. Yeah. I was just literally listening to a person screaming or complaining that we don't talk about the traditions in a traditions meeting. Okay. Not everybody has the correct intentions. That comes to it. Now, we tend to think that this is a personal thing. Okay. Now, I want you to think of another line. The world is your oyster. See, we live in a community. Okay. I live in North Glen, Colorado. North Glen is my community. North Glen is my backyard. Yep. This isn't about just cleaning up ourselves and putting putting ourselves back together. No, it's much more than that. Okay. And each family that has been restored owes a debt to God. And that debt will come due at some point. Whether you see it or not, I don't know. Right? But we're much more than 1 hour a day. Yeah. I went to a meeting today. Well, good for you. What are we doing outside of those meetings? You know, and that's what I'm used to with AA. And with the club, I'm going to be making. I'm going back to the way we did things in the 90s. That's how my club's going to be run. It's got to be family oriented. My next thing after this is calling Al-Anon. Right? You already paid that debt. You're already working through your debts, depending on who that is. For some reason, I thought Ingrid wrote it. And so once we clean up our own stuff and we've got our things taken care of and we're riding on that 12th step for freedom, we have to remember that there's thousands and thousands of alcoholics out there that are still suffering. Yet, Chris, you paid your debt. I'm glad it's you. It's good to see you. Why the fuck am I checking that? It's good to see you, Chris. So, and I tout this a lot, and I have for years, that we're supposed to be in detoxes, treatment centers. We're supposed to be in the community. When was the last time that you decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get a table. I'm going to set it up in the hospital and hand out AA literature. You ever try that? They'll let you do it. Yep. Oh, you always got to finish the song. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes I don't get out of the car until I'm done with the song. So there's a lot of different things that we can do, right? It's hard for me to do meetings in detoxes because it's so stale, right? So there's a lot of different ways that we can get out there and we can do these things. AA should be at every single recovery event. And the fact that they're not invited tells you something. That tells you something, doesn't it? Yeah. I go to these events, there's not an AA table. When I went to events before, AA was always there. They were the first ones invited, and for a very good reason. Because because the professionals understood. Sorry, I just spit on my screen. The professionals understood that they would get no clients without us. Yeah. So I know that when we talk about that, it just seems the problem with us is we're human, so we have finite minds, right? So we need to take those extra steps. And I've been talking about that a lot lately, taking extra steps. Don't take 2 seconds to think about something. Take 4 seconds. It's going to come out even better. It's going to come out even better. What are you doing over there? I'm always yelling at a cat, it seems like. Let's see how this comes up. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Raindrops? Is that a paw print? Is that crying? I'm so old. I don't know what it is to means anymore. All right. So let's think on that stuff. You know, what there's always more that can be done. And you'd be surprised, you know, if you approach these professionals, they'll work with you. Okay. I was in today I was at and if you live in Adams County, I invite you to be on the coalition. We need more peers, okay? Today we were talking about mental health. There were 13 people there, including me. 12 of them were professional. I was the only peer there. I was the only peer. Does that mean does that mean that I'm the only peer working on it? Absolutely not. See, there's been a disconnect. There's been a disconnect. I brought up to I brought up to Adams County. I'm like, you don't even have AA on there. And they said, you know what they said? We forgot. Why should they remember? That's not their job. It's not their job. Thank you, Ingrid. I love you too. I'm going to brag on my wife for a second. I wouldn't be anywhere without her. There's no way. I just wouldn't. Today, she has been body doubling me. I know what she's doing. And I've gotten so much shit done. I feel so much better. And that's because all she did was say, it's okay to take up space for you. Wow. Wow. So I'm feeling grateful. I've got a lot of gratitude today. Oh, the grand opening is being moved. It's too close. It's too close. It's not going to be till after the new year, which my gut says, yay. Right. So how do I get more peers on the collation? And what's cool is you get paid for it. You get paid $25. That's $10 more an hour than I made at Detox. Right. You know, I had a meeting with another person, and this all goes to what I'm talking about. I spoke with another person, Shannon Miller. Can't go wrong with a Shannon Miller. Happens to be my wife's name. And she works at Crossroads Turning Points. And gosh, she was so helpful to me. She was so helpful. I'm going to tell you something. I was on a meeting with her for an hour. I never even thought of smoking. That is rare for me because I was so engrossed with what she was saying. And this person is not in recovery. But she does great things. Hooked me up with Colorado Consortium. You know, now we're looking now it's time for grants. Now I start applying for grants, and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it towards my community. Yeah. Some will be going to me because I'm doing the work, right? I'm going to pay myself a certain amount an hour from it, and then I have to keep track of my hours. But if you think I'm going to pay myself $16, you're no, more like 50. Yeah. You know, and they're even considering, wow, and listen to this, they're even considering in Adams County to take what experience you have and apply it towards education. Right? Because when it comes down to it, I have 30 years of experience. Yeah, in the field, in the field, and you know, it would be nice to have another peer there, but they're gonna have to be another peer like me, or they're gonna, you know, because otherwise you're not gonna understand what they're saying. You're not. See, they talk a different language. And one thing that I have to start talking to them about is to start speaking in layman's terms, because otherwise they'll start speaking over other people's heads, right? Yeah. Like, do you feel like you have an SUD problem? What's SUD? See, I didn't know they had changed it till I got back in the field, and that change had been made. So all these things, they're not AA. God's not AA. God's everything, right? But what I can do is I can take my experience, strength, and my hope, and I can utilize it for my whole community, right? Just focusing on alcoholics, I can do that because alcoholism is a family disease. And it says in the big book that we are supposed to heal whole families. It says it in there. Okay. I've done it before. I've seen it before. So I know it's going to work. And I'll tell you, I'm scared. I'm scared. I haven't been here before. I don't know what this is like. People telling me I'm a leader and I'm this. It's like name calling, but good. It's still weird to me. So, what I found is you find your passion in this, and then you just start building on it. Okay. If I thought that everything was just going to come down to me opening a club, I would have done it a long time ago. But everything's done in God's time, man. Even when people are saying you need to wait, I don't totally agree. These things take time. Well, it's been, I don't know, 20 years. I think we're out of time. I don't know who did it. I think it was, I'm not sure. I think it was Denver. So there's a big Wyndham hotel out in Aurora that's empty, and they're filling it up with homeless. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to tell you something. Okay. And I know this to be fact too, because I was there. When you give an alcoholic or an addict a roof over their head, their chances of recovery go up by about 40%. Why not give it to them? Are they going to use? Yes. Are they going to drink? Yes. Just like we did. But didn't we have roofs over our head? Didn't we have food? See, I don't see housing as a privilege. So they just love to use privilege. Well, no, FSR, Family Support Registry, loves this line. Your driver's license is a privilege, not a right. What can you say to it? Well, you're right. Fuck you, but you're right. It is a privilege. Okay? I don't think it should be. Hey, we're going to take away your privilege so that you can get to work, so that you can't pay your child support. It's a setup. It's a total setup. I did 6 months in jail because of fucking child support. Bullshit. That was bullshit. Anyway, still happened. And I can provide excuses, but when it comes down to it, I was an absentee father and I kind of needed it. Oh, that sucks. That's even worse. See, I was lucky in this sense. When I was riding the bus here, we had the best transportation in the city. And I had it down to a fine science, man. So I was lucky that way. At least Colorado does believe in transportation. But it's nice to see that what we're doing is making an effect. Is it coming straight from us? Maybe not. But when you have enough people with the same intentions in an area, change happens. It just happens. Okay. So can one person make a difference? Yes. Yes. One person can make a difference. And I have proof. Again, I have proof. One person can make a difference. Bill W. has helped millions of alcoholics. Yeah. Okay. And if they change the verbiage, I'll just stick with the 4th edition. I won't change. I won't do it. I voted no. So, and I'm not going to get into that discussion. I'd like to, so I could pitch a little, but I don't feel like pitching today. So there we have it. And thank you everybody for being here. I hope you have a great day. Amber, I will not be at the 3 o'clock. Well, did you see that? It is his legacy. Thank you. And he still does. Yes. Yes, he does. See, that's what I want as a legacy. And it doesn't even really have to be my name, but when I leave, Trudging Together is still going to move forward. It will. I'm telling you, it will. It's something else I was to say, but I forgot it after Patricia said that. So, but hopefully on Monday things will change because I'm seeing my psychiatrist for the first time about ADHD. So, you have a majestic afternoon. Thank you. I love you all. Peace out and have a